Hey guys, so now we go into the first class of clinches and takedowns that we actually gonna deal with the guy who is trying to put his hands on us. Okay, so the first concept we need to understand when we talk about self-defense, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for self-defense, is the distance concept. So in Jiu-Jitsu, you always gonna be very far away to don't get hit or don't get grabbed and be safe, which we did in the first classes. So in the first two classes we just talk about posture and how to walk and footwork. So if you didn't see that, come back, because that's a very important classes. And or either you are far away on or in a clinch position as a very short clinch, because when you're in a clinch it's very hard for him to hit me with a full power. He doesn't have too many options, and if I know the techniques I will be in control. The only thing I don't want to be is in the middle range, because here both can hit each other and it's too dangerous. So just always keep this in mind. I want to be far away or I'm gonna be clinching. So the first thing we're gonna do here is when he comes to do something with me, sometimes he's just with a lot of attitude and come to do something like to push me or something. What I'm gonna do right away, I'm gonna bend my base and have the same base that we talk in the first and second classes about first and second posture and footwork classes, about the square. Bend my legs to don't get knocked back, and I'm gonna have my arms in the right place, which is always under his arm. So if he comes, look, always I'm gonna go under his armpit. Here I have a very good control. Remember, a lot of people don't even understand this concept, and when they come they try to reach you and grab you and do some front headlock or something like that. I remember when I was a teenager and I was playing soccer with a guy. He was very aggressive towards me. He came to try to push me or do something, and I just grab him by the waist, and he tries to move, and we end up on the ground, and I mount. I didn't need to do nothing, any aggression, because I was just controlling, and I said, "Are you okay? Are you fine?" And once he realized he couldn't do nothing from there, he couldn't escape, and he was, he couldn't get beat from there, he said, "Okay, I gave up." And that's a very good and important point, because many times you just by controlling the fight you finish the aggression. So in my case, what I prefer nowadays, because of my style, is always, I think it's more efficient to go to the back, not just to take him down, because once I take him down, there's two things that can happen. First of all is, if there is other aggressors, they can kick me, they can hit me, and will be very bad for me to be on the ground. And the second thing is, sometimes I'm in a situation that is not so critical. I just want to control the aggressor. I don't want to hurt him. And when we take down a guy who doesn't know how to fight and how to defend himself, he most likely will hit his head on the ground, and maybe he will have a serious injury. So I don't want that. I just want control, and then from the control I decide what I can do according to the situation. So when he comes here and I go to the clinch, now the second thing I'm gonna do, if I'm not gonna stop here too long, because he can use his knee. Okay, so if he uses the knee, it's important I walk, because then he will lose the balance, he will fall. But once I get here, I'm gonna step to I'm gonna step to his back. So which foot will step? The opposite side of my head. So I'm not gonna step with the side that I have my head. I'm gonna step with the other side and go to his back. And here I have control, and that's the best control that I can have, because here, look, how good is this? I can use him as a shield for a while if there is another, aggressors. I can push him in a critical situation and run. I can just control him, let's say a drunk guy you just wanted to control and don't hurt him. Or I can also kick his foot, his knee, and put him to sleep here if I really need to do that. So it's the best situation I can be is going to his back. Now let's talk about the details. So look my hand. My hand will be locked, one hand closed and the other one over, okay? Not grabbing with my thumb, but with my 5 fingers. And then I'm gonna step, look, I'm gonna step to the side, the opposite side of my head, and I lift my elbow. Imagine you wanna throw him to the ground. It's important, this lift, because I don't get caught. If I go too slow, he will get the headlock. Yeah, and I'm gonna get stuck here. There is many ways to avoid that or escape from that. I'm gonna teach later in the other classes, but I just wanna go to his back as clean as possible. So once he goes to the headlock, look, I just lift and step, and now I choose what I can do. Okay, kick, put him down, do some choke, okay, just control, or even pull him away and run if the situation is really bad. Okay, so that's the first thing, the body lock control. That's the first one that everybody should know. Base, body lock, and keep safe. Even if the guy didn't do nothing, but you know he's going to, you know, do some aggression, he's just with a lot of attitude come to here like this, you know, like putting his chest big, and you just lock right away because you're safe and you don't need to hurt him. Okay, so guys, let's go now to the second option in this class when I wanna defend from the aggressor, is the double leg takedown. So what's the difference when I use the body lock or the double leg takedown? I like to do that according to the intensity that my aggressor puts on me. So if he doesn't come too aggressive, he comes a little bit, you know, just you don't need to go really low. You just bend a little bit your legs, stay in that square stance and grab. And then from here, look, it's good because the back leg supports you. If he pushes me, yeah, look, back leg is supporting me, and then I go to the back like we did. It's very common in a street situation when the guy comes fast. If you don't get the base, even if you know what to do with your arms, you don't get a good base, you fall backwards and you end up doing guard, which is not the best way. We're gonna teach some options from there, of course, but you don't wanna end up on the ground because you don't know how many people are, you know, how many are the aggressors, and you don't know how tough is the ground, so you want to keep the base here. So the double leg I like to use when he comes faster. So let's say he comes faster, and if I kind of don't bend too much, it will be kind of hard to hold him, get a good base. So what I do when I feel he's running too fast or coming too fast, I'm gonna bend even more my legs in the same position. Look, he end up with his body, his hips, his ribs on my shoulder, and I just gonna grab the leg. Okay, I'm gonna pinch my elbows and I'm gonna walk forwards. What is gonna make him fall is not pulling his leg, because if he's bigger and stronger, it will be hard to just muscle him down like this. What is gonna take him down is like hold, pinch, and walk. Because right now my shoulder is pushing him and he doesn't, and his back is parallel. Okay, so when he comes, boom. Okay, and then once you get the leg, you can walk. Right? Details in these positions that are important is for a guy who never trained it. Remember that always when he comes and I bend my legs, I want to have my head the same side of my back leg. Okay, I don't want to have my, because here it's a little bit harder to keep the balance. You need to do some very different stuff to have a good takedown from there. So for a beginner perspective, always have the head to the side of the back leg, and then What you're gonna do, you're gonna push him with your legs, and also you can use your head. Okay, the head, the neck, and the leg will walk, and you're gonna take him down. Okay, so that's the two clinch and takedowns options that I wanna teach in this first class of clinches and takedowns. So I see you in the next class.